Adam does here. Here they go, play action off the first down run, and you end up with a one-on-one on the outside. And
watch this route. Wow, that's big time there. You see him one-on-one.
His size and his physicality. Gardner Minshew stands tall in the pocket, knows he has his receiver, takes a shot, and what a catch by Michael.
Go get right between he and the quarterback, and there's nothing.
This out. Look at Ford, but look at the eyes right here by Alshire. He thinks he's going to jump the slant.
Short yardage, goal line, any of that stuff. One-on-one, there is nobody on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oliver's at nickelback, undersized, so he's got a little bit of space. Now you just want the ball up in the air where Waller can try to adjust.
His best player, a one-on-one opportunity as the crossing route came across the field. The free safety came flying up.
And when you watch him at the top of this route, right when he puts his foot in the ground there and drops his hips, it drives McCall.
Just getting on the toes of the DB. This is what they say. Get on his toes, right? Make him commit, and then get out on a tight break.
The runner stepped out of bounds.
Beautiful release. Look at this release. He just puts... he almost knocks Fulton off balance.
Damning him with faint praise. Look at this route. Inside, then takes it back outside against Michael Jackson.
Just a really nice release off the line of scrimmage.
Really impressed with Mac Jones. He's thrown under duress all year, and that's a great route right there.
Responded from mistakes, responded from inopportune plays, but they get one-on-one coverage, and they decide to go deep.
It's kind of what we talked about. Just hang on him a little bit. Gets Kendrick inside, flattens it off with the throw, Joe Burrow. Looks like he drags both feet and pins.
For Pickens, he's somebody that he's like Devontae Adams. You just have to give him a chance. We have seen so many of him as he's so fast that he just plays bump and run against the best receivers in the game.
Jackson for the football because he got it out early. Little stutter and go. Ball to the outside.
I love this, right? We talked about the flood route. Watch him at the top of the stem. Bam, he gets Grant, comes back the opposite way on the throwback.
Almost the exact same catch. Almost the exact same catch. And that time it looks like he's able.
Why Dennis Allen had no concerns with Paulson Adebo not playing today. Alontae Taylor in stride, doesn't touch.
You're going to see him get up on the corner and hang a left-hand turn.
And you watch these guys locked up the whole way. Look at Nelson. He gets that hand over there, and you can see him.
Malik Heath going up against Isaac Yiadom. Yiadom's in because Paulson Adebo is out. But as soon as you see... I stand corrected. Keep testing Alontae Taylor. Jaden Reed earning his keep today. A little baby.
All afternoon, that was a huge one, but nice job right here. Just coming in and bouncing back. Getting some one big thing is, it's just if you do your job, if you understand all the detail, boy, that's a great route. You saw the outside.
Pick play in the middle of the field, set up beautifully, just enough, forcing Bennett to duck underneath. And that.
Yeah, Zion McCollum, he is in man coverage, so they have a perfect call. They got a man beater with him on a shallow crosser, and he's able to win on that foot race. And it's a good way to get Jalen Hurts going like this. These are the types of plays, it's a great catch, that someone has to be able to come up and make this type of play, and they've been hoping that Evans would make it prior to now, but
Big time hit, 47-yard completion.
a little out and up. You see Judy with the short little 5-yard out route, and then he peels it up the sideline.
Every once in a while, you're going to have to stand up and block him. DJ Humphrey does it there. You turn around.
Played really 4 years at Michigan. Has a lot of experience, a lot of confidence. A good job adjusting as a rookie.
Working on the rookie, Carrington Valentine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's
next to him. So as a defense, you're trying to figure out what kind of personnel are they in. And then Samuel, so dangerous when you get worried about the run game. And they can sneak either Kittle or Samuel behind that offensive line in that run game. Again, the eye candy.
Malcolm Floyd, the last Charger, over 200 yards.
Look at this quick little move to the outside just to freeze Murphy for a half second.
And look at the concentration. Romeo Doubs over his shoulder, drags that right foot to make sure he's in bounds. That is a tremendous.
With Keitrell Clark, he was always getting his head around. Marco Wilson right here doesn't do that. You're going to see the contact as the ball comes in.
Ooh.
Justin Jefferson comes ripping across the field into Kirk Cousins' vision. Look at this. Knows when to slow down. See him throttle a little bit in that zone.
This being an opportunistic part of the field for a running back. But when you're a wide receiver and you've got a quarterback who can extend plays, you don't even have to call double moves. They just happen for you. And these two have a great feel for it. Beautiful isolation route right here. Excellent slant. He's one of the better slant runners in this league because of his suddenness at the top of routes.
Defensive Player of the Year last year, and he's on an island a lot. And he's the one who disrupts that.
That was smart play by Zach to just knock it down.
Look at that defense. That's on Wilson.
And made this a much more challenged reception than it probably needed to be if he stayed.
2 plays in a row. Andy Reid's trying to get his best player the ball, and just a great little nod shake route down in the goal line.
Takeaway of this season, and that was an enormous one.
One-handed. Chase brings it inside and takes it right back out. Keller Witherspoon, you see him right there.
It's a great job by Joe of kind of going through that fake.
The ball would make an adjustment and go man. Well, they went man here, and defender just falls down. You see number 30. Now stop this. I mean, he's just running an over route. And now Watson, watch his adjust. He goes Willie Mays. He goes over the other shoulder.
You can see right here from the beginning, they are running someone to try and jam him at the line of scrimmage. You saw right there, Jermaine Pratt looked him up immediately. That's part of the plan.
Pretty soft coverage, as you would imagine, with this down and distance. But, you know, they got the throw, and then you got to come up and make the tackle. And as I said earlier, not easy to do on A.J. Brown.
That was a terrific hands catch.
Look at how he has to reach back behind him because Russ Yeast is coming down into the...
And you're getting some of these soft areas. Joe, ball fake right on Jamar right now. That's kind of...
Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's like trying to tackle a running back, a power back too. I mean, he's a 220-pound wide receiver, and he's outstanding. One-on-one like that, just come right out and throw him the football. I think a lot of times when you watch offensive football in today's game, oftentimes it's overthought.
Which is going to allow whoever is playing underneath, in this case, Levi Wallace, to not have to worry about the deep ball. Devontae Adams, he just is open all the time.
Split, and he just drags across the field in this shallow crosser and makes a fantastic one-handed catch. Again, by formation, Dan, not allowing the Bengals to get up on the line of scrimmage and disrupt his releases. He's made a living. And you don't disrupt his releases, he is going to kill you on these kind of routes all night.
How important is that ball placement from Matt?
As he goes towards Minkah Fitzpatrick right there, and it's just so hard. You've got to protect against the end.
Like Todd Bowles said, you've got to be decent on first down and get it to manage.
That was the exact same play. Only this time you've got Pickett who actually threw the ball. So that's what you want to do. You want to be able...
For just a second time today.
Yeah, this is the element of the game. I mean, he's still not open, but that's a great ball. Great job by DJ Moore, kind of using his right arm to fend off Watson, the defender. Because this is not even the route as it's drawn. He's supposed to run a corner route, but he sees the slow start. But not here. Looking for their first points in the first quarter. Sky Moore just runs a simple dig route.
And Josh Allen loves to extend plays. Stephon Diggs right here stops. He's got a curl route. Throws his hand up, takes it deep. And we talked to Gabe Davis.
This is a great route by Gabe Davis. Looks like he's running a go. He just pulls it out to the corner. He knows, he should know pressure's coming. That ball's got to come out quickly to the check down.
And if you're going to miss high and away, high and outside, you cannot miss flat routes late to the inside. They're just interceptions waiting to happen. Micah Hyde's, he's a guy who's seen everything. He's been around for a long time.
But the crowd didn't seem to bother him on that day.
Not at all. And look at that pre-snap motion, and what a terrific catch.
What a great job. And this is one of the things that offensive coordinator Drew Petzing said he had to do. And the one thing that we've seen all afternoon long is really good coverage down the field by that Arizona section.
Chark working against Michael Jackson. And they did it. They stayed with it. Look at Chark with the possession there. Ball can touch the ground if you have...
They got beat on the release right there. Stephon Gilmore step late, and you've got a lot of quickness with Hollywood. This organization, because there's going to be so much carryover with that Philadelphia defense that Kayvon...
Well, this is nice back shoulder catch right here for McLaurin. And a lot of contact, you know, but that's...
against a favorite opponent.
There's your bunch out to the right, and nice job, Chris Barnes peeling off to get Brandon Cooks right there. Michael Gallup covered by Marco Wilson.
When this ball's a little bit on the backside, See, we're Smith and Jiggy.
Seam route, but an out. But this ball, this is why he was drafted so high. You know, they talk about the deep.
The one. This is the one. He did it perfectly on the last one. He's got to get this ball off with one hit.
68-yard touchdown pass.
Well, it's a little stutter and go. Robbie Chosen gives Surtain a little move to the outside, and there's no safety help as the safety drives on the inside.
False starts, any penalties, illegal formations. It's just been them executing it.
You're going to see the go route, and right there, the push.
It looks like Darius Williams, number 31, is supposed to carry that route from the inside, and that's the problem. You guys get mixed up. You've got number 1, I've got number 2. But when on the right side of the formation, you get a route clearing out that side of the field, and those receivers are taught to go over that linebacker.
To get to that right third of the field, and there's the catch point, 22 yards. And watch him slam on the brakes. It's Keenan Allen. Watch him the whole time. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids right there. But he's showing like he's running deep, showing like he's going to run a deep out route, and then breaks that off. That's a 7 bite.
You know, I am really liking this. Wicks runs a deep out route. I love that he gets Marshawn Lattimore turned around as
It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Alontae Taylor playing press man, and you see how he's able to transition.
They go underneath, and Stroud spotted it.
See a nice little quick route to the inside.
Set it for Malik Heath.
That's just a great play. Nice pass breakup by Alontae Taylor. Gets in there without causing a pass interference.
Well, and there just isn't anybody open. You know, you look at the separation, and as Russell starts getting pressure from the outside, he steps up in the pocket. Looks like that right hand may be a little bit early on Manhurts.
By Keenan Allen. He's going to hit this little square out, boom. Show like he's moving. Got away with the push-off. Another veteran.
Robbie Chosen is lined up on the right. He's going to come in and sit down. Keep an eye on the safety. But then it's Tyreek Hill moving his way to the back. This is what the defense sees. Watch off the play fake. He gets his eyes. He's looking at Chosen. The safety jumps it, which allows Tyreek Hill.
Nice opening there on the left side to Robinson, who went down last year.
And it'd be wise for these two to start to develop a nice chemistry. Last week, Amari Cooper.
It's a gain of 23.
It was pretty good coverage. Brandon Stevens is right there. He's underneath a really good throw by Minshew.
So 32 seconds. Gain of 17.
Powers just up here one-on-one, as you talked about. Staying with his inside leverage and then just drive.
Understand, hey, don't play this short. Like, they're coming right behind you and get.
And you try to hurry to get to the line and try and get Pittman singled up. Pretty good coverage there. A little contact, ball behind.
Back better than your guys. This time, Sutton was. You've got to understand the difference between man and zone in this one. Outside leverage, cut back underneath. You know you have the safety. You see it right there. Melifonwu.
Just a quick. Chanting Debo, injury timeout.
That inside technique there. Samuel coming again on one of these crossers and slants. He gets a hand on the ball, but what a heads-up play by Ronnie Bell. Good job of not quitting on it. Heads up, looking for the football, and comes down with it. And he anticipates that and realizes he's got to get the ball out in a hurry. They brought one more than they